After a failed marriage with Lisa Marie Presley, daughter of Elvis Presley in 1994, Michael had children in 1997 with a woman named Debbie Rowe, his nurse. He'd always wanted kids, and Debbie offered herself to give Michael children, even though their relationship didn't last either. His children were the world to him, and he was a good father to them.
Every time he walked into the room, like their faces just like lit up. The kids would all immediately like a magnet go to him. They'd want to be picked up, they'd want a hug and a kiss. You know, he absolutely adored them.
Oh my God, Michael's kids adored him. They would follow him like little ducklings following their mother duck. He was just great, but he had boundaries with his children. They had to go to bed at a certain time. They had a tutor. They had to have 4 hours minimum every day of schooling.
I think one thing that really stood out was how well brought up the children were. They weren't, I mean, these were children that could probably like have anything that they wanted. But to Michael, like, you know, he obviously cared about their education. They never were like bratty in their behavior at all. They were just like so polite and respectful to everyone.
You couldn't imagine in a million years Michael actually even doing in the slightest bit anything inappropriate. He also protected his children by making them wear masks so no one knew what they looked like in public. And quite often, some of the times that I went to visit him in Las Vegas, I would take Prince and Paris, before Blanket was around, I'd take Prince and Paris out to the local McDonald's. No one knew who they were.
That privacy, you know, putting the masks on his children. He wanted them to be childlike, to be able to do whatever they want without being photographed, without being recognized, so they could remain sort of anonymous almost for their entire childhood.
In his head, he felt Joseph treated him wrong, and he wanted to bring up his children the opposite to Joseph.
He said that I would never, ever touch any of my children in the way my father did.
However, an incident in Berlin made people question his parenthood when he was shown holding his baby over the balcony of his hotel room for the fans to see. This circulated around the world. The press was turning anything he did into something much bigger than it was.
And of course, you know, that hit every paper in the world virtually. Michael Jackson, irresponsible father. I mean, for God's sake, he was just holding the kiddie up. There was the platform underneath. He couldn't have even dropped. The boy would not have plummeted to his death. I mean, he was holding him, you know, it was just showing his kid off.